Death Wish 3 parallels the true life story of New York vigilante Bernard Goetz, who gunned down 4 youths as they assaulted him on a subway train. In this new action thriller, Charles Bronson returns to the streets as our favorite vigilante, Paul Kersey.
I don't know what was in Goetz's mind, and I don't know what was in the minds of those who were shot at. But I do know what was in the mind of Paul Kersey, the character I played in Death Wish 1. And I can only go by that and the way I acted the part.
Director Michael Winner has a similar viewpoint to the New York vigilante issue, which has become a controversial point for Death Wish 3.
The craft about it was more or less a dramatic concept that everyone wanted to do. Now someone has actually done it. The people are now being asked to consider whether this act was justifiable or not. This is a most interesting thing, and of course will cause great debate, great discussion, and has to help, dare I say it, a film which is about exactly a private citizen doing those things.
Ever since the 1914 Charlie Chaplin classic, The New Janitor, our hero need not fight alone. In this scene, Chaplin saves the day with the help of a trusty handgun. Times haven't changed all that much. In Death Wish 3, Bronson relies on a phenomenal device called the Wilde handgun.
Fires a .475 Wilde Magnum.
First developed by Wilde Moore, the weapon is the most powerful handgun ever made, and this is the first time it's been used in a feature film. Bronson must rehearse his every move with the handgun down to the split-second timing for this scene in which he sets up a thief. The Wilde gun is streamlined and designed for maximum maneuverability. However, one dangerous slip-up could send one of the custom-made blanks in the wrong direction. As demonstrated here, we understand why Bronson needs no other assistance in cleaning up the neighborhood. Even today, with easy access to all corners of the world, filmmakers sometimes choose to rebuild existing locations. Such was the case in Death Wish 3. After shooting was completed in the real New York, filmmakers moved to this section of London, near director Michael Winner's native home. This vast area in London was amazingly transformed to become a gritty, low-rent section of New York City. An old Victorian hospital had recently been torn down, leaving a 4-acre area. Set designer Peter Mullins reconstructed it in only 11 weeks' time to represent a realistic modern-day New York neighborhood.
Put up 3 or 4 buildings which were based on American reference that we had, which incorporated interiors, laundromats, supermarkets, that kind of thing. Then we brought in rubble, because we noticed that for most of the reference that we had, there was rubble everywhere, graffiti everywhere, old cars, burnt out wrecks of refrigerators, anything you like. We did all that, we brought all that in, making sure that most of it was as American, and if it wasn't, we put American stickers on it or brand names on it. We had roughly 60 men working for us, a 6-day week, and that meant starting at 8 o'clock in the morning, going through to 6:30 at night. So that was quite a lot of man-hours involved. Outside contractors were involved that made staircases, that made lighting fixtures, or some of the buildings. Special signs, neon signs, things were made by outside contractors.
Here, a contractor discusses the renovation of the area with set designer Mullins. American things we take for granted had to be flown in or created in London. Traffic lights, automobiles, and fire hydrants are all totally different than what is commonplace in England. Models are analyzed and detailed for authenticity. From looking at this finished scene, you'd never guess you were in London, England. Death Wish 3.